Today did not work out the way I planned. Have you ever had one of those days where your heart just feels so heavy? Your chest hurts, there's a literal pain in your chest, and you just feel like you don't have the energy to get up out of bed? Well, I was having one of those days today, but I decided to get up and go to Herbert Glacier because I just felt like I needed the fresh air and to get up and move. Hello everyone, welcome back to Hiking in Juneau. Today we're at Herbert Glacier Trailhead. Well, we're doing the Herbert Glacier Trail. It's a change of plans. I originally was going to do the Mount Roberts Trail, but because of the rain today, I'm not sure if you can see it, because of all the rain, I decided to do a little bit more safer trail. This one's a lot more flat, a lot more level, and yeah, the Mount Roberts Trail is just too steep, too slick, especially in the rain. That's how you can get hurt out there, especially hiking alone. I want to take all the precautions I can, keep myself safe. So today we're going to be doing the Herbert Glacier Trail, and it's going to take about 4 hours. I have no idea. There's no information about the trail. And on the other side too. There is another side here. And on the other side, there's no map. I mean, you have a little bit of information, but nothing about the actual trail. So I have no information. This is my first time here, actually. So I have never done this trail before. My parents have. My mom's telling me that it's gonna take about 5 hours. She said that it's like 10, 11 miles long, round trip. So it's about 4 or 5 miles one way. So we're gonna be doing about 10 miles today. It says it's about 4 or 5 hours. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. In this rain, we'll see. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get to the glacier today. Maybe not. Anyways, here we go. Let's start the trail. So as you guys can see, it's raining today. So I just ran into the only other hiker that's on this trail today, because there was only one other car in the parking lot when I came to park here. It was just my truck and one other vehicle. And I just passed by a hiker with a bunch of dogs, so I'm guessing it was theirs. But I asked them, did you make it out to the glacier? And they said no. They said that they made it to the part where there was just too much water to cross, and they're not wearing waterproof shoes, so they just turned around. I really was feeling down this morning, all last night. Just things going on in my personal life where it just breaks my heart, and there's nothing I can really do to change the situation right now. I just got to deal with it. And I don't know, I was just laying in bed feeling like I just had absolutely no energy to face the day. I got up and put my clothes on a couple times, got out to my truck, but then I would just go right back to my bed, take all my clothes back off and just lay in bed, get back under the covers and hug my pillow. And just feeling so heavy, like a weight of depression, just crushing down on me. But I'm really glad I came out on this walk. The forest has a way of calming and soothing you, right? Doesn't it? For me, it's therapy. I knew coming out here would help. It was just getting out here. It just felt like climbing a mountain in itself. Just getting out of bed and getting ready and driving out here to the trailhead, that in itself felt like a mountain to climb, for real. And I don't know if you've ever had one of those days, but if so, just if you can't get out and take a walk in the woods, then maybe this will help. While you're laying there watching this, just enjoy nature and enjoy the walk, enjoy the sounds. And I hope this helps. I hope this is as helpful to you as it is for me. The rain didn't let up. In fact, it started raining even harder. And after a while, my jacket was soaked, my hat was dripping, my pants were wet, and it just was getting harder and harder to keep going. But I still tried. I kept going to see how far I could go, but I actually didn't make it to the end of the trail. And after a while, I did decide to turn around. But I'm still glad I went out there and tried, because even though I didn't finish, I still went out there and I gave it a try, even though it was hard. And if you're having a hard day too,
Remember to be gentle with yourself. To take care of yourself is not weakness, it's strength.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm only like not even an hour into the walk, about 40 minutes into the walk, and it is just raining harder. It's starting to come down even harder. I still have like over 3 hours to go, and then I gotta come back. So yeah, I don't know about this. Because I feel like hiking should be fun, and I hike for joy, not ego. So yeah, I feel like like pushing through and accomplishing the task and getting to the glacier. Yeah, it would be nice, but man, it is just raining too much, and I feel like the conditions will be too wet, and it just won't be enjoyable. I made it back to my truck. I feel not wet, damp. So my raincoat that I was wearing. Oh, sorry about that. My raincoat I was wearing, it got soaking wet. It just got saturated. So once that happened, it just soaked through to my clothes, and so my clothes aren't really like wet, but it's damp. I feel moist. But anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna do this trail tomorrow morning. Hopefully it won't be raining so much by then. My hat just soaking wet. My hair, my head is wet. Oh man. And it's just too long of a trail to walk wet the whole way. So, oh man, I decided to turn around after about 30 minutes in the rain. It started to rain harder, and so I turned back. And as I was walking back, it started raining even harder. So I was like, yeah, I made the right decision. So today didn't work out as planned. Um, I first had to shift gears and change plans of which hike I would actually go on. I was going to originally do the Mount Roberts Trail, but because of the rain, I decided to go to Herbert Glacier Trail because it's much more flat. But that didn't work out either. After about 30 minutes, I was soaked. My jacket is a really great windbreaker, but I found out today it's not a great raincoat. It actually does get saturated with the water, and once it got soaked, my clothes underneath, the hoodie I had on got wet. It was hard to record because all my pockets were wet. So when I put my phone in my pocket or anything, it would get all wet and I would have to try to wipe it off. And it was just getting difficult to record. It was getting difficult to walk because I don't like getting wet. I don't like being all wet everywhere. So after about 30 minutes, I also had to go number two. And just a little tip, I didn't know this, but there's no restrooms. There's no porta potties. There's nothing along the way. There's nowhere to relieve yourself. And if you're a guy and you have to go number one, no problem, right? Just find a tree. But if you have to go number two, that gets a little tricky. I didn't pack any toilet paper in my backpack, so I'm gonna do that next. When I go back on that trail, I'm planning on doing it maybe tomorrow morning, because the forecast says the rain should let up a little bit tomorrow morning. But if not, I'll go back on Monday because Monday it looks like the rain will stop finally. So, but I am gonna go back out there when the rain stops because it's too long of a trail. It's 4.9 miles one way. So, if you're doing a round trip, it's almost 10 miles, and that's just too far of a distance to walk, just, soaking wet. So, I'm gonna go on a day where it's not raining so much. And also, I'm gonna pack some toilet paper, some TP, because yeah, there's no restrooms along the way. So now I'm better prepared. I know exactly how long it is. The first like 3/4 of the trail seems like it's pretty flat and gravel, but then the last part of the trail opens up into the rocky area, and Google's saying it's a lot more technical, that last part of the trail. So I'm gonna have to plan for a long day. Bring some toilet paper, bring extra socks, and change a t-shirt maybe, change of clothes. Yeah, and then I'm gonna try hitting that trail again. One trail that I tried called Breadline Bluff. The Breadline Bluff Trail. Again, there's not a lot of information on these trails here in Juneau. So one of the locals told me about it, but they didn't tell me that it's a pretty steep trail. But then there's this one area where it's a switchback, and then you come around, and then you're on the side of like these cliffs, very steep cliffs, and you're like walking along like this jagged edge on the cliff. And when I saw that, I was like, no way, not today. It was raining a little bit that day too, And so I was just like, no, I'm by myself. If I fall, I'm gonna go straight down. And no, So I turned back around. But now that I know that that part of the trail is there, maybe I'll go back and give it another shot. Just go better prepared mentally for that part. But there's a lot of trails here in Juneau, but they also get really dangerous at certain points, and no one tells you that. So that's why I really want to go out there and make these videos and document, and show people. That way, when you go on these trails for the first time, you'll know what to expect, and you'll be better prepared to go out there. We're learning together. We're learning together. I thought that Herbert Glacier Trail would be manageable in the rain because it's flat, but no. Yeah, it's not a fun walk in the rain, and I just found that out today. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sorry today was a fail, but hopefully you understand why. Hopefully this explains why I failed today, but it's okay. The trail's always gonna be there. It'll still be there tomorrow, next day. So I always have another chance to go out and do it again. But yeah, stay tuned. Give me more suggestions, drop in the comments, other trails that you would like to see. If you have any stories about trails that you hiked, that you found out that was dangerous, let us know in the comments. I'm sure that would be helpful. Anyways, thanks guys. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.